Today, on an overly packed edition of DNVR Buffs Live, Travis Hunter sends a message to the country. We revisit some of our favorite moments from Media Day, and maybe the Denver media is getting their wish. Let's dive in. Let's go.
Welcome into the Toyota Lounge, driven by Front Range Toyota Stores. Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR. It is DNVR Buffs Prime Time.
Jake,
what's up?
We are, what do we got, like 17 days away from kickoff? I woke up this morning and I had pregame jitters. How am I going to deal with that for the next 17 days?
I don't know. We'll talk about Saturday, obviously, but just watching that stuff got me beyond excited.
Honestly, I'm like insanely busy between now and then, so hopefully just work stuff and life stuff and all of that will get in the way and distract me a little bit. Warning in advance, I'm unfortunately going to miss a few shows over the next couple weeks because of some business stuff. But regardless, I'm so excited for football. And I literally woke up this morning like ready. Like it kind of felt like I was like ready to go. Like, can we just go up to Boulder and like play the game at Folsom today?
I wish. We do have to wait, unfortunately, 17 days more. But we got a preview on Saturday.
Yeah, we did.
A really good preview, too. I mean, it is well off, so, we work with what we get. But, my God, Travis Hunter is just unbelievable. He completely took over.
Yeah, man. Look, it's been kind of quiet on the Travis Hunter front. During fall camp. And I think it's a little bit of like just taking what he does for granted. It's not anyone's fault, but it's just like, okay, yeah, we know Travis is dominant. We know Shador's dominant. Like, what else is going on? It's kind of just, I think, the general feeling from fans or, content creators, whoever. Saturday was a reminder. That was a Travis Hunter don't forget about me day. And it's also something that we never saw last year because Travis Hunter had to pick a side each day last year.
Right.
Or not he picked a side, but the coaches picked a side for him each day. This year, Travis Hunter can just go out there in practice and be who Travis Hunter is in a game. But I think that there was a little bit of like, it was too quiet on the Travis front. And he made sure to put a stop to that on Saturday.
No, that's exactly my takeaway too, is that, we do talk about Travis a lot, but sometimes just his otherworldly like playmaking ability and just what he can do as a football player kind of just gets, like you said, it kind of gets swept under the rug sometimes, not intentionally, I don't think, because I think everyone knows how great he is. It's just that it's Travis being Travis, you know what I mean? Like, it's just expected kind of at this point. But, man, he just goes out there, dominates both sides of the ball on Saturday. Multiple runs after the catch, 2 touchdowns back-to-back, and then the interception that was just unbelievable again.
And it goes back to what we've said about Travis since the first day we ever talked about him. His ability to track and attack the football is otherworldly. Anyone who knows me knows I hate this word. It's generational. Legitimately generational, the way that he goes up and gets the football. It's so fun to watch him when he's going to. And look, North Dakota State is going to pose issues for any team that they play because they're incredibly fundamentally sound. They're they've been doing the same things for years and years and years, and they're good at what they do. There's no one in the same universe as Travis Hunter. on that team. And guess what? If you want to take Travis away and you want to add extra attention to him, there's no one in the same universe as LeJontay Wester on that team here. Right. And so if there's anything I'm confident in that game, it's that Colorado's receiving core is going to have a day.
No
See, look
doubt.
at this. I can't even have a conversation without talking about the fucking game.
I know. I've got tons of scrimmage takeaways written down
All
here,
right,
though.
let's go through them.
Okay. You pointed this out on Twitter, too. Jimmy no gloves?
No, yeah. I said no gloves, Jimmy. Jimmy no gloves. I like it. Old school Jimmy.
Just got the tape on there.
What is that? Tim Brown Jimmy?
Yeah.
That is awesome. You saw it in the day before at practice. I don't know if you caught that, but it was the day before was the first practice he said, I'm going no gloves. He said, I'm going back to the way I originally did it.
Okay.
Which is just taping the fingers. And then it was like a quick montage of just like Jimmy catch, Jimmy catch, Jimmy catch, Jimmy catch. So then he stuck with it the next day. Mm-hmm. And again, these receivers command so much attention. If you want to make Jimmy the one that you're going to pay the least amount of attention to, prepare to pay.
He's been balling recently, man. Yeah. I think that he's really took last season to heart, and he's really worked on his game over the offseason. He just seems to be getting himself open a lot more. He's getting the ball in like a lot of catch and run scenarios too, where he's able to kind of turn it. And I know a lot of those will turn to like tackles on the sideline and like a game and everything, but we're seeing a lot of that where Jimmy's just catching the ball on the run and able to use his speed to gain chunk yardage, really. Kind of another Travis thing out there. After the pick, Bucky behind the camera goes, "Ain't no free play with Travis out there, buddy."
Yeah, that's awesome. And then I love Coach J. Phil.
Yeah,
is yelling across the field praising Travis, and Bucky's like, "Hey, you can't switch sides." He's like, "I'm just a fan of the Buffs."
Yep,
it was great.
DJ McKinney blocked a field goal, and Travis got the ball too. Like, I don't know. Maybe we don't see any field goal blocks or anything. But
I was gonna say I would rather not see blocked field goals.
But the length on defense, though, with those cornerbacks, that's how DJ got the block. I mean, he is so long as a corner. We've talked about it a bunch.
His arms are ridiculous.
Yeah, you have him and Travis just screaming off the edge on field goals. Like, I don't know. I think they'll get at least one this year.
Again, if I'm picking plays for Travis to rest,
sure,
that would be one of them. Although, again, if the game's on the line, I guess you want to have him at least prepared and used to doing it out there. But that also reminds me of one of my favorite moments in football history in an embarrassing and sad way. Actually, you saw that I tweeted out the
CSU thing?
The CSU. So, because someone said, what's the most embarrassing thing to ever happen on live TV? And I did former CSU quarterback Fatone Bauta celebrating a first down, down 37-0.
Yep.
I also could have tweeted this out. Broncos in overtime against the Patriots, I think. Game-winning field goal on the line. They just send out Brock Osweiler on the field goal block, and he just puts his arms up all 6'7" of Brock Osweiler. And it goes like a solid 40 feet over his arms.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Thanks for reminding me about that.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
He jumps.
Oh,
shit's hilarious.
I blocked that out of my memory until now.
Anyways. DJ, that's definitely something that he could have in his bag.
Yep. We only saw a play of it in one-on-ones, but Rock looked really, really smooth, moving his feet and just getting in position at right tackle.
Love it.
In a rush.
And I don't know if that's going to end up being the final iteration. Is Jordan, Justin, Hank, Kahlil, Tyler. But from what I heard from people who have been at practice, that combo seemed to really click last week. We'll see if they continue rolling with it this week. I think if you see a well-off from early this week and that's still the lineup, I would guess that that's what they're heading for going into week 1.
Yep, I agree. I'm kind of all over the place here because it's a mix between second team and different position groups and stuff, but Dominique Ponder. There was a dime to Taggart Barden, and Taggart takes it like up 10 yards for like a run into the end zone.
Yeah.
How about that?
It almost kind of sounds like you're talking about like CFB 25 random generated player names, but no, those guys are making their presence known.
Yep. What else we got? How about Yo-Yo Atia? He had a few one-on-one reps where it was like, oh, wow, you can just see the natural talent there with him.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's the bulldozer.
Yeah.
But I almost thought of like whatever the opposite of a bulldozer is, like something that can't be bulldozed.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like the I don't even know what the cement wall, because they're trying to bulldoze him and he's not going anywhere.
Yep. Super strong base and great anchor to work with from him. Preston Hodge had an incredible PBU against Draylen Miller in the end zone. Mm-hmm. I mean, literally fighting like until the last second to get that ball out.
Loved that. I'm generally just an offense person. So like when I see that play for the first time, I'm like, oh, pull it in.
I know,
and then I have to
right.
like reset my brain to be like, damn, nice play, Preston.
Yep.
Just fight until the whistle.
Yep. Micah's starting to make some noise. He ripped off a few big runs. He broke through some tackles. And Preston actually put a pretty good shot out of him on the goal line.
Yeah.
Micah scored, but Preston, I mean, obviously not as big as Micah, but he laid the wood.
Yeah, I thought that was a lesson for Micah. Just run through the goal line, not to the goal line. I thought maybe he just let up just a little bit and paid for it. Ref gave him the benefit of the doubt, called it a touchdown. But Micah... both Micah and Dallin in the clips that I saw really displaying their contact balance well, and that's really exciting.
That's exactly where I was going to go next. Dallin catching the flat route out of the backfield, and exactly what you said, the contact balance. I don't know who went to try and tackle him, but it was just a slight little detour Dallin took after that hit. He just ran right through the contact.
Again, it reminds me of CFB 25, the tackle where they just slide off and it doesn't even slow you down.
Yeah,
that's what Dallin looked like.
Yep. Last thing I got, Shane Koch's making plays and rotating in with the starters. We talked about this a lot, how Shane not being forced to play, a 1 or a 3 technique and being able to be kicked out more to a 5, 7, or even on the edge if you want to in some bigger packages. Mm-hmm. That just fits more of his play style, his body type, and now we have the big bodies in the inside so that Shane can do that. He can move out and do what he's comfortable with.
Yeah, I love it. And Shane is a senior leader on this team. We obviously know he has a Dartmouth education. He's an incredibly smart guy. I think that the jump from Dartmouth to the Pac-12 last year was a really big one, and it took him a lot of the season to adjust. But at the end of the season, he was playing his best football, and so I wouldn't use tape that he put out there in week 3 against what he can be in week 1 of this year.
Yep.
I've got a couple.
Yeah, that's all I got. Go ahead.
Isaiah Augustave.
Oh, yeah. Whew. Freight train.
Speaking of contact balance, there's kind of, I guess, dueling philosophies on this now of do you use a fast back or a big back in short yardage? Back in the day, it was always you go big.
Yeah.
Now a lot of teams are saying, well, if we can just open up a little gap for our small, speedy guy and he can just shoot through there and we get 1 yard. But if they want a big, short yardage back, I love the way that he runs through tackles.
Mm-hmm. Nope.
I mean, leans forward.
There was the clip of Zach Owens. They're running red zone goal line stuff, and Isaiah kind of gets stopped 4 or 3 yards out of the end zone, and then Zach just grabs him and just pulls him right into the goal line.
Love that. I absolutely love that every time.
Anything else? Charlie did ball out too. He's been working with the ones a lot. Oh, I've got
Colton Hood.
Yep.
Colton Hood made some big plays. And then I just saw a clip from today, I think it was, which I'm jumping forward a little bit, but Carter Stoutmeyer with a really nice pass breakup on Will Shepard.
Mm-hmm. Some takeaways from Neely that I could share. He said Shador to Jimmy is real. Shador to Travis is video game mode. We have a run game. The D-line is real, and we'll totally dominate the first 3 games. Looking for more consistency from the linebackers, and Mata had a great day as well.
Mata.
Yep. Did you hear? Did you watch the secondary view?
No.
So coaches talk because there were some people in the that north end zone invited to watch practice or whatever.
Yep. Flatiron Society.
Yeah. So he starts talking to them after the practice, with the mic and all that, and he says that Mata asked coach for a theme song for when he walks onto the field now. So he's really feeling himself.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Maybe 2 on the nose, but I still want the one from that Mets closer.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what
Matador
you're talking
music.
About. Yeah.
Shit goes hard.
So there you go. What else we got in the chat? Charlie, Tyler Johnson, Ben Finiseth doing good on special teams. But I mean, it looks just it looks so much better. Like
energy. I felt the energy was really. If you guys remember, actually, we went to. Would it have been that exact scrimmage?
No, we went to the second one.
Okay, so the second one. But we were at a scrimmage last year, and like, we were a little bit surprised about the energy. If you remember, we did a post-game pod and just said like it was unfortunate that at this stage, coach had to like get on guys about finishing plays and running to the ball and just energy in general. It felt like a weird, tentative, I guess would be the word I would use to describe the way that we kind of felt out there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they were obviously still figuring stuff out.
Yes. This felt like they approach it like a game day. The way that the guys were fired up, the way that they're flying around, the way that they're making plays, that fired me up.
Love it. We'll get an in-person view of it on Friday, as well as potentially 5,000 or more of our closest friends.
Yes. Also, this isn't official yet, but I'm giving you guys the early scoop on it. After party, DNVR bar.
Let's go.
Friday night. We'll figure out one way or another. You guys should be able to watch the show. We're going to do a post-game show. So we'll either do it from up here and just broadcast it into the bar, or we'll do it live from down in the bar. Depends on, I don't know, technical shit that I don't understand. But either way, would love to hang out with you guys at the DNVR bar after the open practice on Friday. Can't think of anywhere else you would want to go.
Right. All right. Shout out to UC Health. We're excited to partner up with our friends over there at UC Health. And they've got a new campaign with Coach Prime as the spokesperson.
Nice.
It's beautiful. Coach Prime wants to help you and other Coloradans be your healthiest selves. As the chief motivation officer of UC Health's Ready, Set, Co challenge, the goal of the challenge is to get Colorado back to its rightful place as the healthiest state in the country. We're kind of getting in shape for the season right now. Kind of have to, really, because I don't think we have to get into game shape, but we got to get into season shape. So we're doing our best to be healthy right now. And UC Health wants to challenge you to do the same. If you want to join UC Health's Ready, Set, Co challenge, you can click the link in the show notes or go to www.uchealth.org/readysetco.
Also, shout out to Toyota. Best cars on the road, most reliable cars on the road. It's unbelievable how reliable my Toyota has been. I've had the same car for, 4 years now. Still have never had to take it into the shop, never had to call some roadside service, never had to do any of that stuff. Just my scheduled maintenance, your classic oil change and whatever else you got to do. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And it's a thing that I have only experienced with my Toyota. Last car I had, damn near should have paid rent at the shop for how often it was in there. So I thank Toyota for their wonderful, reliable cars. And you'll be thanking Toyota, too, when you go to a Front Range Toyota store and buy your first Toyota. Check out AutoNation Arapahoe and Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora, and Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota is a proud partner of CU Athletics and the official vehicle of DNVR.
The fallout from Friday has reverberated through till Monday. And I don't know how far it's going to go at this point. But there's a lot of feelings right now.
Yeah, a lot of feelings out there. And I'll be honest, Jake, I came away from just watching the Denver media and their reaction to this thinking about one of the founding principles of DNVR, which was that Denver media has never covered any other team other than the Denver Broncos well. And I don't think that Denver media wants to cover the Buffs.
No.
And I don't think that they want to cover any other team in town really either. Now, they kind of had to because the Broncos have sucked ass for a while now. And the Nuggets and Avs won championships. And the Buffs got Coach Prime. But I just remember back in the day, even when CU was, good or solid, it's always seemed like a chore for the Denver media. I got to drive up 36, go up there to Boulder. It's like most of them live down by the Broncos because that's where they spend most of their time. And I understand why a Denver media member would want to stand up for Eric Christensen because, you know, they have a great relationship with him. He's a super nice guy.
Sure.
I also think that Coach Prime was very clear in saying it's not about you.
Mm-hmm.
Additionally, all of the guesswork that was done as to why Coach Prime was upset with CBS was all wrong.
Of course,
categorically.
Yes.
And then as for Keeler, it's wild to me that he's being painted out to be like a victim in this situation.
It's insane.
Because regardless of everything that he's done, and it's clear that he's been after the Buffs from day one, Coach Prime wasn't even that inflammatory with it.
No.
He was just like, dude, what's up? What's going on here?
Yeah, he was as respectful as someone in coach's position could be when someone like Keeler is just on your ass.
Yes.
And then he legitimately was asking questions to him that Keeler was not responding to.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, it's made out like he like attacked him or something.
Right.
When he was just like, brother, what is going on here?
Yeah.
Like, what is your deal?
Literally, why? That's all he kept asking.
Why are you like this? Why are you always on the attack with us? And then one other thing on that, I have no idea how he could have walked away from that interaction and thought that Coach Prime was the one displaying fear.
Oh, it's on video. It's on video.
And we don't have to go that much deeper into it, but I did just think, I think it's very easy for the Denver media to want to turn on the Buffs and Coach Prime because I don't think they really want to cover the team.
Well, they don't come up and cover the team.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, Neely put out a great video with, what's his name? Tally, I think, in Atlanta, you know, kind of breaking down this whole thing. And, of course, kind of sharing exactly why this happened. And it's basically what it boils down to, from what Neely said, it's a matter of respect. Coach Prime felt that the Denver Post and Sean Keeler weren't respecting him. And so he let it be known, like, hey, like, I don't appreciate what you're doing here. Like, what is your actual issue?
Yeah.
And got no response to it. So that's where it is right now. And people they, of course, as always, just saw the press conference clip, you know, made up the story in their minds that don't have everything pieced together, don't know who Sean Keeler is, don't know what the Denver Post has been doing. And that's why I think so many people came to defend him and say that Coach was in the wrong for this.
Absolutely. And then you had like 9 News putting out a clip that completely removed all of the context.
Of course.
Of, you know, Coach Prime making sure that Eric knew it wasn't about him.
Yeah.
That was taken out. And then everyone overreacted even more to that because that's the only clip they saw. But in the end, like, I mean, I pretty much called it on Friday. I'm like, oh, all the media is going to come to each other's defense to have each other's back here. And I said it then, like, I didn't think that was necessary. And I don't feel the need to defend anyone. Not my pig, not my farm.
Pretty much. But this isn't over. I'm sure everyone's talking about it in this city today about the whole thing. It's going to make the rounds nationally again, I'm sure, too. So
everything's turned up a notch this year. I love it.
Me too.
Good and bad.
Are you ready for it?
Oh, I'm ready. And that's the thing is, like, Coach Prime has never shied away from that. He says if you come here, everything will be put under the microscope.
Right.
And that's what Colorado is going to be this year. Every single thing that happens is going to be national news.
And I think another thing that Neely talked about is also worth bringing up here, and that's that the notion that like the subject who's on the microphone for the press conference like has to serve the people that are there, whereas Neely's saying, you know, more and more it's becoming the other way around. You are there to, like, you're there on their time, basically. Like, you're asking them questions, like, you're trying to get their opinion. Like, you need to respect the person who is on the microphone on the podium and bring, I guess, you know, because the whole situation with Arnie was like the words he was using and stuff. Like, you got to be kind of prepared for the person you're talking to.
I couldn't agree more. And I think that situation was just like, again, if that existed in a vacuum, no one would have even thought twice about it. But because it was like laid out as like another line of evidence of Coach Prime being snarky with the media or whatever, he does that all the time.
Yeah.
Where he's just like, he thinks you're not getting to the point with your question.
Yes.
And that's what Coach Prime was doing there. If anyone who doesn't think he knows what the word bolster means or beef up means,
right,
you're out of your mind. What he was doing is he's saying like, why don't you just want to say we improved the offensive line? And he does that stuff all the time where he's like, what are you really trying to say here? Just say it. Say what you're trying to say. And so I felt like that one was a little bit misunderstood as well. But that's classic with Coach and honestly anyone involved with this program. Like, we're nitpicking all of the little details and not totally understanding. One other thing is that there's like this idea that there's some like responsibility to like journalism or some bullshit like that to like go in there and ask tough questions.
Right.
And it's like the only responsibility I feel when I'm there is to the fans.
Yes, exactly.
That's who I view I work for.
Yes.
So I want to ask things that they would be interested in. And yes, were some fans, and was it the whole situation last week, were people interested in it? Of course. But I think that the people who watch our show are far more interested in me asking who stood out other than Travis and Shedeur.
Right.
Try to get some names that we can put out there so we can be like, okay, these are some people who are you know, that we can talk about on our show, who are showing out and showing up in practice each day. A lot more than like, Coach, are there guns in the locker room right now?
Right.
You know, like that's the type of shit that some people think need to be asked out there. And it's like, that's not, I don't work, whoever wants that question to be asked for, that's not who I work for. I work for the people who watch this show every day.
I mean, you perfectly said it. I mean, that's literally who we make content for. That's who I think about when like we plan the show. When I go into press conferences, I think about, yes, what is something like I'd like to learn or like know about this team, but it's also like, what is something that the fans can learn about this team, or what is something that they can take away? RJ's in the chat here. He's the one who had the question that I basically asked on Friday, which is obviously Coach Prime is feeling a lot better. How do you feel about the team, and like how do you feel now compared to last year?
And I think it was a good question that most people wouldn't understand why it was a good question because they're not paying attention every day.
Of course.
The question was notable because we watch practice through Bucky and Darius's and Neely's eyes each day, and it's very clear you're seeing an entirely different Coach Prime out there, one who's not spending half of his energy just fighting pain.
Yes.
So
all right, we'll get to Juju here in a second, but you guys have seen it on Well Off and all that. There have been a lot of NFL scouts and NFL attention on Colorado's practices so far for fall camp. They put out the graphic today. Scouts from 12 NFL teams have attended the first 10 Buffs practices. The Cardinals, Falcons, Bills, Bengals, Broncos, Lions, Rams, Vikings, Raiders, Giants, Eagles, and Niners have been out to Boulder.
big time. Someone alert the Nebraska fan who said it was made up that there were six scouts at practice.
Crazy.
Which, by the way, it was all on video.
Yep.
Yeah, man. We've now heard it from Will. We've heard it from Nakai Hill-Green. We've heard it from several guys. They know that you succeed at this school and this platform, you will get the right eyes on you.
Yep.
And that's Coach Prime following through on that promise to those guys.
And I love how he kind of challenged, I can't remember if it was Friday or Saturday, but he kind of challenged the team where he brought the coaches in the middle and he said, they give your all every day to take you guys to the next level. How about you guys do it this time? You show them why you should be like going to the next level. Like you put the work in. It's all based on the NFL in Boulder. That's what it's been. Mm-hmm. He's made it clear about that since day one. They want to develop. They want to produce NFL level talent, NFL level like men, professionals, as Coach Prime would say, not just in football, but as fathers, as just in the real world in general, basically.
Yep.
So, all right.
Oh, I have a message.
Go ahead.
And we don't have to get into the details of it, but show some love to the official CU Buffs football account.
Yes. Please.
Just show some love.
Yeah.
send them some positive responses to what they're posting. Say you appreciate the content that's going out.
Yeah, just a simple reminder that they are doing great work and you appreciate it.
Yeah.
Shout out to our friends at Bet365. It is time, man. I need to get on there. I have a bunch of season futures I want to get on. The Broncos over, by the way.
Calm down, my guy. You're setting yourself up for pain.
5.5, bro. Come on.
You're setting yourself up for pain.
5.5.
There's no one on the team worth game planning for.
But we have a quarterback, I think.
We have a quarterback that's at least going to make it fun to watch the games. That's all I really care about.
Well, either way, you can bet on the Buffs over as well.
There we go. I'm in on that.
Both those numbers moving up, it seems like. But cash in on this offer at Bet365. Use the code DNVR365 when you sign up. All you need to do is deposit $10 and then place a bet. Once that bet hits or misses, really, you'll get $150 deposited into your account in bonus bets. You must be 21 or older and physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER.
Also, shout out to Circle K, our good friends at Circle K. A lot more things coming soon from Circle K, and I'm hoping that you guys will hear more about it very, very, very soon. Certainly very soon. I don't know if 3 varies. But we need Circle K also to come occupy this open space across from us at the bar. Regardless, we love Circle K. We love getting 79 cents Polar Pops. We love saving on gas and snacks by being Circle K Inner Circle Rewards members. So go to www.circlek.com/inner-circle for more information on how to become an Inner Circle member. This is easy stuff, guys. Sign up for a membership, save money on gas. It's a no-brainer.
Like immediately, too. It's like your first 5 fill-ups, like 20 cents off a gallon. So
one more thing on this just media reaction. And it goes back to something we've talked about Coach Prime many times, but sometimes like we talk about something and then we feel like it's covered. And so then we forget to mention it in situations like this. But I find it to be really pertinent in this one specifically. This is a classic case of the media wanting Coach Prime to fit into a box.
yes, exactly.
Like, as the head coach of a program, you just don't do that.
Right.
That's telling him that he has to be something that pre-existed before him. And so when you become a head coach, you have to enter into this box and you can't leave it. Mm-hmm. That is the antithesis of who Coach Prime is. Any box he sees, he kicks it to the side.
Yep.
You can't put him in a box. And so people see him act differently and it immediately like offends their sensibilities because they're like, I've never seen that.
Right.
I don't like it.
Oh, yeah.
But if you try to put Coach Prime in a box, you are going to have a bad time. You have to take Coach Prime for everything that he is. And that's actually the beauty of it all. Mm-hmm. Do you know how boring it gets covering the same coach in a different pair of khakis with a different polo on?
Yep.
All the time? I know because I've been doing it for a whole career. Mm-hmm. Every coach is the same in one way or another. Coach Prime is different. That's the beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's I see a lot of like, I don't know. I just noticed it too, like when I was going to school and stuff. But like the media kind of has this sense of like the head coach has to like adapt to them almost kind of thing. Like the head coach has to get to know the media, like the people who cover the team. Where it's like you're all here because of the coach. Like the coach gets to kind of run things his way. Like you should have to adapt to the coach.
Also, dude, like when you go into a Coach Prime press conference, it's like there's a stage there.
It's on.
And like you can't just come in with your classic, yellow notepad,
right,
cookie cutter questions and expect to get good answers.
Yep.
And so I'm with you. It's like the same way that we would tell a coach they have to adapt to their players. You have to change your scheme based on the players that are on the field for you. Media members have to adapt their approach to try and get the best answers. Your job is not to just go in and ask the same questions all the time. Your job is to figure out a way to get something interesting.
Right, exactly.
So, yeah, I'm with you on that.
Julian Lewis this weekend came and went, and we are in the exact same spot.
Yep. Welcome to recruiting. Just when you think you know, you don't know.
Yep. For the record, it does sound like things are still going pretty well with Colorado and Julian. Steve Wiltfong spoke, or not really spoke. He wrote 2 sentences about Julian and USC in his latest Whip Around article. He said USC will work to finally wrap up the recruitment of prized 5-star quarterback Julian Lewis this week. We'll see what happens if things don't get finalized, as the Trojans have had dialogue with Texas A&M quarterback commit and local target Hassan Longstreet. And that is it. That is your update.
That's premium?
Not gonna. I didn't write it. Like, what do you want from me? It's for what it's worth. It is the very bottom, like section of the
okay
of the article.
I just saw the headline, clicked on it, couldn't read it.
Well, he did put a whole tweet out there with Julian in the USC like uniform and stuff. And
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, his strategy
I get it.
worked.
Yeah,
it got me to click. All for that, though. Huh?
Yeah, that's it.
Anyways, I feel good about where things are.
Same. So yeah, honestly, that's all I really have to say on the thing. I guess season still starts this week, 16th.
I thought he already played a game.
Oh, did
a
he?
Scrimmage or something?
It might have been.
Remember, I sent you that video of the RPO.
You're right.
It looked like a real game to me.
The schedule I looked up did not have that game listed, so I don't know.
Maybe it was. I mean, I remember our high school football team had like a tune-up, almost like preseason game.
Right.
Which still ridiculous that college football teams can't do that.
I know, it's insane, man.
That throw is so beautiful, though.
He's just got like it's like a whippy arm, like throwing style, throw motion. Speaking
of whippy arms, Bo Nix. I liked it. It looked live. His arm looked live.
See, you're kind of.
I'm there. Like, I'm excited about the season. I just think the Broncos are going to lose a lot of games. And I'm actually setting myself up to have a good time. To just, like, tune in and be like, hope Bo Nix does, like, 4 cool things today. That's what I said yesterday. He did, like, 6. I had a good time.
You say that now, but the regular season is going to start, and the games are going to matter, and you're going to be bought in, you're going to want them to win, and you're going to be pissed when they don't.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But I'm still going to have a better time than anyone who thinks that, like, they're going to the playoffs.
I don't think anyone's saying they'll go to the playoffs, but they are things. It's like Colorado. Things just look better.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
The AP Top 25 poll came out today. Can you guess where the Colorado Buffaloes were ranked?
Jake's easily swayed. It's all right. It's a
look. I don't want to get into this right now.
That's just a sign of a good fan, man. You weren't in, now you're in. That's what we need from you.
I talked a lot about it in April and May. I don't want to talk about it again.
We needed you to just join us, and you're here.
I am always here. I just want to see my team win, man.
Right. The top 25 is out.
Where's Colorado ranked?
Not ranked.
They are not ranked. But guess what, RK? We are receiving a vote. One literal vote, and that is thanks to our friend Mike Hill at Fox Sports and formerly of ESPN.
Yeah, shout out to the multiple Nebraska fans who tweeted saying it was me who put that vote in. I just love that they think I'm so respected that I deserve a college football top 25 vote. Mike Hill, welcome to the club.
Yep, the door is open.
Come on in. Shout out, dude. One guy. He was brave enough to believe in the Buffs.
Yes, he did rank them 25th, the only person to do so. Funny enough, I'm looking through this. Oh, never mind. They are there. I was going to say I don't see Nebraska, but they are receiving 16 votes.
Yeah, dude. Nebraska could actually get the death penalty, and they would still be in the others receiving votes the next year because of, like, old-timey, just college football journalists who say shit like, college football is just better when Nebraska's got a good program.
Of course.
So, yeah, I wasn't surprised to see that. I was actually shocked they weren't just in the top 25. How high is Notre Dame ranked?
Okay, number 7.
Yep.
Hold on, though. I do think Notre Dame is going to be really good this year.
Okay, I believe it. I believe you. I don't.
They got Riley Leonard. He was the quarterback from Duke, so I think it's hardly no drop-off, if not an improvement on their quarterback play from last year in Sam Hartman. The defense is going to be really good. They return a lot of studs there.
He runs, doesn't he, Riley Leonard?
Yes.
Yeah, dude. I played against him in college football 25. I wasn't ready for it.
Yeah.
Just running around on me.
So I get it, but I think Notre Dame is going to be actually pretty good.
I'm just saying these are the teams you can just print them in. I'm sure Texas is high, but they earned it last year.
Texas is 4.
Yeah.
How much of this do you care about? Like, do you want Big 12 teams? Like,
Sure.
So for Big 12 teams, at number 22 we've got Kansas. Number 21 Arizona. 18 Kansas State.
Arizona's overrated.
Yes, they are. 17 Oklahoma State. And number 12, the highest ranked team in the conference, is Utah.
I think Utah's a little underrated, maybe. And Oklahoma State maybe a little underrated.
Okay. I don't really have any gripes with this. The schools that round out the top 25 are Iowa at 25, NC State 24, USC 23.
Oh, I think Kansas State's overrated.
I think
the Avery Johnson thing has just been like quietly allowed to spiral out of control.
I mean, I get it, but he did literally force Will Howard out of the program.
I don't know if that's literal, but
he kind of did, bro.
The writing was probably on the wall. I just think we're talking about a 4-game sample here.
That's fair.
My old friend Vic Fangio would say that you run the risk of a false positive in a 4-game sample size.
That is fair. Georgia's, of course, at the top with 46 first-place votes. Ohio State, number 2, with 15 first-place votes. Oregon at number 3 with 1 first-place vote.
Okay.
We have put out all of our Media Day content from Friday on the YouTube channel.
And it is popping.
It is popping. Lots of good stuff on that thing.
Yeah, man. I love seeing the pregame excitement from just fans or pre-season excitement. I think not from the people who watch this show every day. I think we have like a solid 10,000 person base that's just like here no matter what. But I think there's a little bit of like fatigue that set in the mid off season for some people. It is clearly back. Like anyone who was here last year is now back around. So shout out to everyone who's liking the videos, watching the videos, commenting on the videos. We appreciate you guys doing that for the algorithm. What's your number one favorite thing that came away from all of our different interviews?
Oh, man.
And you can't take the one that I tweeted today because that's what's in my head.
No, I won't take that. I promise. I actually really loved Dallin and Micah's NFL running back comps for themselves.
Hold on, real quick. Underground Media, the Denver Media couldn't run Coach Prime off if they wanted to. Anyways.
I really loved Dallin and Micah's NFL comparisons for themselves and Barry Sanders and Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, I mean, but sounds amazing.
Of course it does, but like you could see it too, though.
Yeah, definitely.
Like Micah doesn't have, he probably doesn't have the long speed that Barry does, but I mean, you've seen it, that low center of gravity, just his ability to kind of dip and weave through the offensive line at the line of scrimmage and all that. And then we saw it with Dallin in the Saturday clips too. His contact balance, man, like he is for real in that department.
Absolutely. Barry Sanders, I don't think anyone can ever be comped to Barry Sanders, man. And obviously, I don't blame Micah. Like, you should want to. But, like, there's never been even another person who moves like that.
That's the comp that Coach Hicks gave him, too, though.
I love that. I'm not trying to, like, poo-poo it. I'm just like.
No, I get it.
His bag of moves was, like, one of one.
Of course. But it's the undersized running back who is just going to be able to kind of do multiple things to get around or through someone.
I almost think a little bit more like Maurice Jones-Drew.
He was fast too. He was very fast.
Yeah.
Maybe Micah has wheels like that. I don't know.
Micah definitely wants the smoke, and I love that.
He does.
I really love it. Both of them.
Oh, yeah.
And then we didn't talk to him, but people are still kind of underestimating Charlie. He was still with the ones on Saturday.
Yes, he was.
We're talking about these guys, and we're super excited for them. Mm-hmm. But 17 days away, they still got him running with the ones. I still think that you're going to see a big push from the rest of the group.
Oh, yeah.
But I just wanted to give him a little shout out.
I mean, the point is Charlie's going to play, and he's going to get touches and carries, and they're not going to be charity touches and carries. They're going to be in the game plan.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to be part of it.
Yep.
Do you want to give it your takeaway, or do you want to hit this last break?
I'll give my takeaway. My favorite thing that came out was Will Shepherd saying that of all of his teammates in the wide receiver room, which we have been talking about them all, the one that has impressed him the most and stood out to him the most is Draylon Miller.
Mm-hmm.
And that just lends itself to a conversation that we had when we talked about Cam and Draylon coming in, and it was, could one of them pop?
Yep.
Is one of them going to pop as a freshman?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like Draylon has popped as a freshman, and that is big news, not because they need it, but it just adds another dynamic weapon, and maybe you have 10 plays a game or even 8 where he's the primary option.
Yep.
On a pass play or an end around. You know, you could almost run like a power end around. They used to do it with Laviska Shenault.
Yeah.
As just like a short yardage play.
Mm-hmm.
Little things like that. He brings a new dynamic to the offense, and it's exciting because there's so many different wide receivers, and they're all really good. But Draylon, I think, is a little different than any other guy out there, and that's exciting to me.
It's got to be exciting for a potential quarterback who could be coming in to start next year as well.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a big takeaway. I loved just hearing Feek and Chidoze talk about their coaches and just the energy that they're bringing to the table. JB and Jalen were just great. I mean, the energy that those guys have just as people is infectious. You almost can't help but smile around them. Yeah. And then LaJohntay was just, I mean, that was all the information we could have ever asked for from him to this point in the season.
He also has that feeling of like he's really just about ball.
Yeah.
I said it on Friday, but I'll say it again. When a player tells me that they're a film junkie, my heart just like melts.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yes, you get it.
Yep.
I mean, it's like if on Saturdays we watched students take tests and like we just rooted for them to get A's. Yeah. And then one of them told me like, I study before the test. I would be like, you're my guy, dude. Fuck yeah. Love guys who study when I'm rooting for them to succeed on this test. And that's literally what it is.
That's a great point.
Just being like, yeah, I study for these tests before I take them. I'm like,
that's a great point.
Thank you. I love that so much.
You're absolutely right, man. But check them all out. They're all on our YouTube page. They're all on our Colorado Buffaloes playlist. I just love talking to these players. I love this team.
The energy is unbelievable. The camaraderie is unbelievable. It's truly the best. I mean, we said this last year, but it's even way better. Mm-hmm. Just the best like energy. I mean, it's clear that like everyone loves Jay West.
Yep.
JB. I mean, all these guys. They just the relationships transcend sides of the football rooms, all of that stuff. I really think this is like they've fully together embraced us against the world, and us is not just like me and the 3 guys I hang out with. It's like all of us are together against the world.
Yeah. Big shout out to our friends at Coors Light. It's cooling down a little bit out there, but still plenty of times that we all need to chill with our friends at Coors Light. Come hang out with us at the bar here on Friday or any day, really, and crush some Coors Light with us. We got the banquet bottles, the stubby bottles. We've got the silver bullets, and we got Coors Light on draft. Make the most out of the times you choose to chill. Choose Coors Light. You can get it delivered straight to your door with Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/DNVR. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Also,
us, DNVR Events.
Shout out DNVR Events. I think we're about to close up the final tournament, but you might have like a couple hours to still get in. So tap in for our tournament on Friday. That's going to be a hell of a day. Golf tournament in the morning. Buffs open practice in the evening. After party at the bar afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
Got to get my body ready for that. Should be a great day, though. So check out DNVR Events, including all of our tailgates for the games this season, which are all on sale now. And also our tailgate for the Nebraska game. A lot of people have been hitting us up about that.
Yep.
So check it out. Shout out to us. Also, I want to follow up on something that
oh, thank you.
I am Lily G tweeted at us, also known on Twitter as Angel Reese Stan. She said, "Can y'all shout out the CHGO Sky on the next podcast? They need some followers. I recently followed because of you guys, but I'm an Angel Reese fan, so I'd love to see these guys get more engagement." So yeah, if you're into the WNBA, into Angel Reese, into the Chicago Sky, go follow at CHGO_Sky. And it goes well with a question actually that someone asked. They said, "How big is ALLCITY?" Because I saw CHGO and there it is. Jay Womack says, "How big is the ALLCITY network? I seen the CHGO page and thought y'all had a copycat at first." Well, we actually do have some copycats around there. But that's a legit one. That is actually under the ALLCITY umbrella. So yeah, ALLCITY, which started in Denver, now exists in Phoenix, Chicago, Philadelphia, and Denver. And maybe more soon.
Ooh.
But so there's your answer. We have official networks there. It's a pretty cool thing. We've now kind of started to take this on the road. I mean, we created this in Denver, and people really loved it. And we figured, why couldn't we do this somewhere else?
We're taking the fuck over.
Let's go.
All right. Shout out to Jay for the question. SoCal Buff says, "Can't believe DNVR bars closed today. Stopped by while in town. At least I got Illegal Pete smothered Colorado style." Sorry about that, SoCal Buff.
Good choice, though, and it's nice and close.
Yep.
So shout out Legal Pete's for having our back there.
Heaven's Demon, do we know what day Juju commits yet? We do not, man. I'm sorry.
Don't. If you say that, USC fans will get really upset. He already's committed.
That's true. JZCZ says, "When is CU going to permanently add Air Force to the schedule?" Hopefully never.
Never. Permanently remove Air Force from the schedule, actually.
I will say, though, with Georgia Tech getting their first 5-star in the modern recruiting era, that's a matchup coming up on the future schedule, too.
That is.
I believe home and home, right?
Thankfully, they no longer run the triple option, though.
Yes.
They're actually that. If Air Force stops running the triple option, put them on the schedule as much as you want.
There you go.
But I'm being so serious when I say it is one of the greatest wastes of resources ever to schedule a team that runs the triple option on your schedule.
Next year.
You cannot not coach it.
Yeah.
You have to spend a lot of time teaching your players how to defend that. And it's incredibly difficult. And so like you're almost losing like a week of fall camp just to learning how to defend that offense.
Yep.
And it's the genius of the offense. Mm-hmm. A football coach told me once, easiest coach to teach, hardest coach to learn how to defend. Or easiest offense to teach, hardest offense to learn how to defend.
Yep. Next year, Buffs open up in Folsom Field against Georgia Tech.
Yep.
And in 2026, they will go to Atlanta to Bobby Dodd Stadium.
Slight dub for me. One of my friends was going to have their wedding that weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Moved it.
What a great friend.
Yeah. Yeah. Not because of me, but
oh, we could all be so lucky.
I benefited.
Laura asked, "How did you do in the tourney this weekend, RK?"
Not great. Not great.
Aw.
I was playing the best golf of my summer like 2.5 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got really busy and didn't play golf for 2.5 weeks. And then went into the club championships completely cold. And won't get into a whole sob story here, but I was also at the doctor an hour before my tee time on Saturday morning.
What now?
I'm not getting into it.
Okay.
But I'm fine now. But it was just a rough start to the weekend. I didn't play my best, but the vibes were great. And I was actually at the golf course from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. yesterday. It was a good time.
QJ, any nicknames for the receiving corps as a group? This is right up your alley.
Haven't thought of it, but I'll think about it.
All right. He's on the case, guys.
Oh, I did think of a new nickname this morning.
For?
Oh, wow, I was just chilling. Micah Welch?
Yeah?
Juice. Welch is juice.
Wow. How does he do it? What
do we think, guys? What do we think?
Do we have more scholarships? I don't know. But as we saw last year, Coach Prime doesn't always fill it up to the limit, so I'm sure there's a handful just in case. I mean, they added the offensive lineman from FAMU. He was scholarship edition.
Yeah.
Cardale Thomas. Is that right? Eric asks, 247 is saying Juju is not expected to stay committed to USC, instead giving the edge to Indiana over Colorado. Your thoughts? I don't see Indiana going over Colorado.
Where is this coming from?
I don't know. I'm on his page right now. I don't see any crystal ball predictions whatsoever for anyone. And then the only thing on his page and related articles is this recruiting superlatives article that Tom Loy, who's the director of recruiting at 247 now, but he's done this for multiple teams, and they do mention Juju as their top remaining target. That's all I see.
Do we have Jacob Polite in the comments?
My guy, what's
What
up? He says, we got a tea time for the Buffs. Come to Lubbock. We'll be there, brother.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see you.
We will definitely see you, and please set us up a tea time.
Yep.
That would be sick. It must have been maybe on a show or a video that they said that, because everyone in the comments is saying it. So maybe it's on Twitter at this point.
I'll do my best to find it. Shalex Media TV. Hey, are you guys going to do a segment of the NFL guys from last year? Weaver and McClendon had great preseason games. We could probably work it out if there's enough interest, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it. Zay had a good game.
Yep.
Derek McClendon had a big sack. Leonard Floyd had a goal line stop. Or Leonard Payne.
Yes, thank you.
Who's Leonard Floyd?
I don't know.
Oh, I think that's another NFL defensive lineman.
But Brady Russell had a big catch and run for a touchdown too.
B. Russ.
Yep.
I can't believe he's still just out there doing his thing.
I know. Yeah, we could do that.
Cool.
We talked about Zay last week or the week before. It was before their first preseason.
We could bring on Bo or Johnny from PHNX
Sure.
Cardinals. Get them to talk about Zay for 5 minutes.
For sure. Moni, any update on Kahlil Benson? He's going to be fine.
Cool.
Talk of the town. How can I link up with y'all when y'all come to Lincoln? I mean, we're going to have a tailgate out there. We haven't set a lot of our plans for out there yet.
We'll definitely come through for the tailgate. And then, the way we did it last year is when we were in town, we kind of just depending on how tired or up for it we were, we'd go out. Obviously, Friday night in Lincoln, we're going out.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll probably just I'll tweet out who knows what time, but hey, this is where we're going. There's 4 good bars in Lincoln, so
yeah,
we'll be one of those.
When's Dre coming back? We can have Dre on again soon too. Dre loves doing this show, so I'm sure he would be definitely up for it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, to Super Chats. Robert, RK, when are you going to rematch T-Cal in CFB 25?
I don't know. I haven't been playing quite as much lately.
Neither have I. The day the patch came out, my internet was down, so I just played the Halo 2 campaign offline.
Wow.
And that's what I've spent a lot of my time playing since
Wow,
then, because I started
hooked.
it.
You got hooked.
Oh,
Dang.
bro, it's so good, man.
Coach Arca has the Buffs at 8-0 in season 3. We're kind of unstoppable at this point.
Vinny Tuds?
Vinny Tuds is he's thrown 40 touchdowns. The closest person in the rest of college football is at 24. He's going off. We just go 5 wide every play now. Michael Welch is probably going to have to transfer.
Wow.
Never gets the rock anymore.
Damn.
But then we also just got a commitment from a Colorado quarterback who has 95 throw power and 98 speed. So it might just really be over.
Unbelievable.
Vinny Touchdowns might have to transfer too.
Wow.
After winning the Heisman.
What's the Colorado kid's name?
I want to say it's Jerry Wilkins because I started calling him Jerry Touchdowns.
You're just taking away Vinny's nickname and everything, too.
They're going to give him a 14 jersey.
Vinny's going to talk to someone across the country and write a hit piece about you.
Yeah, they are. They're going to be writing hit pieces about me, dude. Right as we put the 3rd Heisman right next to Rashawn Salams, Travis Hunters, Brandon Hoods, Vinny Touchdowns, and we're going to say thanks for the Heisman. Good luck at Texas Tech.
That's great. Mitzari says, my first game is the Hope Opener Is there going to be a stripe out or blackout? It's a stripe out.
CU's put out the map a
Yes.
few times now, so you can know based off of what section you're sitting in is what color to wear.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I got a black shirt section.
Yeah.
Well, otherwise we'd have issues.
Yeah. What would have happened?
I mean, I wore a white T-shirt to the USC game last year.
All right.
I'm a team player.
Okay.
Above all.
We do have practice tomorrow. We'll be out there. We'll have content for you from Neely as well. But yeah, then what?
Jerry Touchdown sounds like the mayor of a sundown town.
But yeah, we've obviously got a lot planned for Friday. I think that's about it, though. Go check out the Media Day stuff on our YouTube channel after this, though.
Yeah, if you haven't watched any of that, we've got probably a whole other hour worth of content for you to watch.
Yep, close to it. And podcast listeners will have you soon as well. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Go Buffs.
Go Buffs.
We all silly like the mayor.